So today, there's no cool video. It's just me and, wow, a picture of some chick with something on her face. That's kind of gross. Uh, Two stories. One of them, somebody else has already kind of touched on, but I felt it was kind of important to touch on this too. Why? Because, well, I just wanted to talk about it. This deal out of New Haven, man, this literally made my head hurt when I first read it. Like, I think I had an embolism. New Haven, Connecticut. New Haven police will be distributing glass crack pipes and clean syringes to addicts in an attempt to lower users' risk of overdosing or contracting the HIV. Officers often seize and discard such items when making arrests or charge them with it, leaving addicts desperate for a fix when they were released from jail. New Haven Police Chief Otanil Reyes said during a press conference on Thursday. That desperation can lead them to hastily make unsafe decisions like sharing needles or using equipment they are unfamiliar with. Like what? like what kind of equipment are we talking about? Like a tractor? Which increases their risk of overdosing or contracting the HIV. That desperation can lead them to hastily make unsafe decisions like I don't know, being a junkie. Maybe that's an unsafe decision. As a result, the New Haven Police Department will now be gifting clean syringes, condoms, tourniquets, Brillo pads to use as filters for smoking crack cocaine, glass pipes, fentanyl test strips, and other items as part of a harm reduction kit. Chief Reyes says a harm reduction kit. Clean needles, sterile water, there's some burners, there's cotton. Former New Haven Police Sergeant Robert Lawler told WVIT it's a basic harm reduction kit. Like they're talking about this harm reduction kit like it's the most commonplace thing in the world, like it's an IFAC for junkies. The kits will also contain information about treatment options in the city as well as a numbering system to help track how many users end up seeking help. So it's like a discount code you use online so that you can gather metrics about your customers. Signs with information about the kits will be posted in each jail cell so inmates can decide whether or not to ask for one when they're booked out, or they can draw graffiti on it. While many think that the primary responsibility of police is to protect and enforce the laws, for us in New Haven, the primary responsibility is the protection and preservation of life, Chief Reyes told reporters. Although there are many situations where we have to arrest, we want our people to know that we support every individual's road to recovery. Broski, Broham, Brocephus. Many think that the primary responsibility of police is to protect and enforce the law. It's not that many people think that. Like, that's literally the job. That's why we're called law enforcement officers. I guess peace officers in some jurisdictions. Like, I guess out west they say peace officer. But this epidemic is complicated. This affects every facet of our community, and the New Haven Police Department cares deeply about every member of its community. So what we're going to do is go ahead and give them drug paraphernalia when we release them from jail. So we'll take them to jail on a drug charge, probably charge them with the paraphernalia that we find on them, and then when we kick them loose, we're going to give them brand new paraphernalia on the taxpayer. Fantastic. Fantastic. The NHPD will be the first department in Connecticut to dole out such kits. Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services Commissioner Miriam Delphin Rittman. Well, there's a hyphenated name if I ever saw one. Delphin Rittman praised the effort and said it will take all of us working together to help addicts move into long-term recovery. Individuals released from incarceration, they're vulnerable to overdose, she said. Giving individuals harm reduction kits and tools to keep them safe will undoubtedly save lives. New Haven has shown as a city they're committed to addressing the crisis collaboratively with a number of other community partners. Harm reduction meets people where they're at in a non-judgmental, compassionate way. You're enabling addicts to continue to use drugs. If you want to do something cool, maybe on the taxpayer dime, instead of giving them harm reduction kits, maybe get them into their first 24 to 48 hours of some kind of recovery program, if they qualify for it. I don't know. But enabling these people to continue to use the drugs that are killing them and causing rampant crime throughout your city, this is dumb. This is a dumb idea. All right, hang on. I got to find this other story. Here we go. I think Mike the Cop is the one that touched on this one the other day. Toledo Police Chief has banned outer tactical vests for his department because he doesn't like the way they look. We're not soldiers, we're peace officers. In my opinion, that looks too much like a military soldier. A military soldier. What are you, 5? Jesus Christ. Chief Crowell is a big fan of community policing and says he doesn't think officers wearing tactical vests covered in flashlights, knives, and tasers sends the right message. Picture this, the chief told WTVG. 2 6'3" big strapping policemen are in a house and there's a 5-year-old child in the scene. And these guys, with all of this and the tasers and the vests and this intimidating, has this guy never been a cop before? Dude, it's not like the equipment disappears when you take the vest off. All it does is move to a different location. Like the fucking belt that we've been wearing around for the last, I don't know what, 70 years that's caused everybody all kinds of back problems and hip problems and stuff like that. 2 6'3" big strapping policemen are... What are you, writing a romance novel, dude? Good God. Here's where it gets really good. What it comes down to is there are some young officers on this department who have never been said no to before, and they have to understand that I am the chief of police and I make those decisions. And I make those decisions based on the citizens that we serve and themselves. So this is going to be something that they're just going to have to live with. The average police officer carries upwards of 30 pounds of gear at all times while on patrol, and most of the officers who wear tactical vests said they help dramatically reduce strain on their back and hips. The chief said he has taken the health of his officers into consideration and ordered an alternative system that would do the same things. Suspenders, right? So, this guy, this chief of police, George doesn't like tac vests because of the way that they look. There's a 5-year-old child, and name for me one 5-year-old boy that wouldn't look at somebody with a tac vest on and go, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen. That is the coolest thing I ever seen, and I want to do what that guy's doing so I can wear that vest. Listen, it's already bad enough we've got a bunch of wackadoodles running around screaming about the militarization of police. It's not the militarization of police, it's the modernization of police. If there's a better way to do things, then we should adopt the better way to do things. The most dangerous words ever uttered in business or law enforcement is that's the way we've always done it. So that's the way we're going to do it. This guy needs to go back out on the road. He needs to go back out on the road without a vest, in a fully polyester uniform, with a pair of Corfram shoes like Bates floataways, and a stinking duty belt with one set of handcuffs, a 38, and a radio that's about this big, and let him work the road like that. Because this is corny, dude. These people have lost their ever-loving damn minds. We're gonna give out harm reduction kits to junkies so that they can safely use the drugs that we don't want them to be on in the first place because they're destroying themselves, their families, and the community. And in another city, we're gonna go ahead and strip the uniform patrol guys of their tac vests because, well, gosh, they look scary. And, I could go on about the whole look scary thing, but you know what? That's enough of me talking. It's been almost 10 minutes. If you got a comment on this, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and hope to see you soon. If you can't be good at it.